Hello guys, and welcome to another video on the channel. In this video I'll be giving my thoughts regarding something fairly controversial and it's caused an uproar amongst the Pokemon Go fandom. This video is scripted, so I won't be showing my face as I'll be reading it, but everything I do say will be 100% my opinion and not necessarily something I think Niantic should act upon. So let's begin. So before I get to the juicy bits, let's just explain what had happened. Pokemon Go, as we know, is one of, if not the, most played game in recent memory. But as is every franchise, its popularity doesn't mean it's flawless. Pokemon Go in particular is notorious for its many bugs and glitches such as the ball freeze, Go Battle League lag, and of course the infamous dodge glitch. Sometime before Snivy Day, which was the 11th of April 2021, there was a bug regarding the Team Go Rocket grunts. I don't know the severity of the bug, but it was obviously big enough for them to temporarily take them out of the game entirely. So in that time frame, players were wondering what was going on, and they even tweeted Niantic why they haven't been getting their 6-hourly rocket balloons. And they revealed that they had to take them out of the game while they fixed the bug, which was fair enough. It did agitate a lot of fans though, because it said in the Rivals Week description that Team Go Rocket's activity was going to be increased and they weren't available at all throughout the entire event. So eventually they brought it back after 12 or so days of absence, and as an apology, Niantic gave us a Go Rocket box which contains 30 Pokeballs and 1 Rocket Radar. This caused a huge stir in the community, and I'll be attempting to look at the arguments at both perspectives while also thinking of an alternate solution myself. So personally, I don't agree with Niantic giving us a radar to apologise for the bug. While I do sort of agree they didn't have to give us anything to make up for the 12 days without Team Rocket, but at the same time, I massively disagree with how they went about apologising to the fans. And here's why I think that. So firstly, to make a rocket radar, you need 6 components, which you get for defeating 6 Team Rocket grunts. And then you need to use that radar to fight a leader. Let's say you're a rural player and you're self-isolating from the pandemic. You're going to be heavily reliant on the Team Rocket balloons to get your components, which usually appear once every 6 hours unless an event is active where they spawn more. Assuming you battle them every time they appeared, it would take 36 hours to get the components you need and another 6 hours for the rocket leader to appear. That's 42 hours in total. Niantic only compensated for nearly 2 days of the feature's absence. I've been in numerous arguments on Twitter bluntly explaining my views on this, and I got shot down almost immediately, saying things like, they could have given us nothing at all, why are you so self-entitled? Or, it's a mobile game, why get so worked up? And to be honest, I'm expecting no different here. While to some degree I do agree with them, at the same time, it's not going to stop me from saying this. Niantic are a multi-billion-dollar company which got pretty much to where they are now thanks to the release of Pokemon Go. But it just seems as though they're being neglectful with the number of bugs that are affecting the player's gameplay. While it is a free-to-play mobile game, people sometimes put money into the game by buying some items in the in-game shop. I don't imagine half the items themselves are worth the amount of money that's advertised on their own. But by buying these items, you're also essentially paying them to make sure the servers run smoothly. But it seems as though they're not even doing that, which is why a lot of the known bugs are still in the game. Like I said, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. Why don't they use some of that money we give them and hire some coders who actually know what they're doing? If they did that, there wouldn't have been any Team Rocket bugs, and thus they wouldn't have had to remove them from the game entirely, and they wouldn't have had to compensate us in the first place. It's not like they wouldn't have been able to afford it. And as for the self-entitled comment, which I got a few of by the way, let me ask you this. Imagine paying to get your phone repaired because its motherboard is conked or there's something wrong with its touchscreen, and then only to have it returned to you seemingly good as new until you go to turn the phone on and still have these problems. You wouldn't just accept that, would you? You would just demand for your money back, or you would get the court involved. I also said earlier that I don't agree with Niantic giving us rocket radars as an apology, and I'll get more into why now. If you don't want to go to that trouble to battle Team Rocket Grunts to get the opportunity to battle Team Rocket Leaders, you can always buy one from the in-game shop for 200 coins. That's 4 days of consistent daily gym coins, or £1.58, which equates to $2.19 of your hard-earned cash. According to Google Play, more than 100 million downloads have been made on them. So using that statistic, let's do some maths. Since Niantic are an American company, let's judge this based on their currency. So that's $2.19 times 100 million downloads. That is like $219 million they've just spent based on those statistics. In the UK currency, that's equivalent to £157,780,980.90. And that's just for one rocket radar for everyone based on the statistics on Google Play. I feel that if they go this route, they should have given us however many rocket radars we missed out on. So remember, it takes 36 hours to get all the components needed for the radar, and another 6 for the leader to appear, making it take 42 hours to get the opportunity to battle a leader. Bearing in mind the feature was removed before SnivyCon Day on the 11th, I'll just use that day as an example to prove my point. So with that said, assuming that we battled all of the rocket balloons in the time it took Niantic to bring them back, we could have battled 7 rocket leaders in that time based on that statistic. So if you think the cost of one rocket radar for everyone else is high enough, imagine that times 7. This is a lot for Niantic to miss out on. So yeah, now you know why I think it's a bad idea for them to be compensating us for rocket radars. But of course it wouldn't be a constructive criticism if I didn't have an alternate solution to it all, and frankly it's very simple. By making Team Go Rocket Grunts and leaders spawn more commonly in balloons and Pokestops for 2 weeks. To start with, they promised us that Team Rocket would be spawning more during the Rivals Week event anyway, which never happened because they were temporarily removed. So how about a 2-week event instead of a 1-week event as a makeup event? I've seen numerous people on Twitter try to get this suggestion across, and I think it makes perfect sense to do so. It would benefit the players who are on the level 44 to 45 grind, which requires them to battle 100 grunts and 50 leaders, so it would bring them back on track. It would also benefit those who are on the level 49 to 50 grind, where it requires them to battle a leader using Pokémon under 2500 CP. Those who are shiny shadow hunters such as myself, as the current selection will be rotating again soon, and all in all, it would most definitely make up for the number of days without Team Rocket, and I doubt it would have cost them as much as it would have if they gave us even one rocket radar. So it's a win-win. But alas, that's unfortunately not the case. Although they did say that a makeup event will happen where they will feature Giovanni with Shadow Zapdos again in June for the second time this year. While it is an okay Pokemon in itself, I don't think that will be quite enough to make up for it all, unless they make them spawn more commonly, like they were supposed to during Rivals Week. But we don't know if they will do that, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So that's my rant over and done with. I'm still expecting some bad comments to come out of this, but I frankly don't care at this point. If you have bothered to watch this to the very end and listen to my point of view, firstly, thanks for doing so, and comment below if you agree or disagree with me, and say why. Especially if you feel the latter, although be civil about it. I'm going to go and start editing my Sustainability Week video and then get ready to record my Friendship Day video tomorrow. Thanks for listening, peace out, and have a good day or night.